You would think that after you defame one company and almost get sued, you think you would learn your lesson and try not to go after another one. Hello everyone and welcome to Altaspace, and today I want to talk about Shane Dawson's newest conspiracy video. No, not that one. No, not that one either. Yes, that one. Much better. Just ignore this video is coming out months after this video came out, and when you're posting only one video a month, it's hard to stay on trends. I also cover more why I'm talking about this random video towards the end, but it all makes sense, trust me. Anyway, though this man needs no introduction, if you have no idea who this is, I highly recommend you watch a video or 2 or 5 covering his various controversies and awful actions over his career, because trust me, they are numerous and I do not do them justice, nor could I do them justice in this short intro. I also don't want to get demonetized by saying them, so there's that for a little taste. Every year, Shane Dawson thinks it's a good idea to post an hour-long video going over different quote-unquote conspiracy theories that interest him during that year. He has covered various theories, such as attempting to return used products at discounted department stores, the secrets of generic products, and exposing a certain pizza place for recycling pizzas that they previously sold to other customers. I hope you are sensing the sarcasm in my voice, because most of these theories that he has covered are complete shenanigans. I believe that some of his experiments are more than likely fake, though unless someone were to ever come forward, we would just have to take him at his word. And since there is basically no proof of this, and I personally don't want to be sued, we will just take him at face value. The main thing I want to discuss is his attempt to prove that Olive Garden reuses uneaten breadsticks. They did not include this in the main conspiracy video and instead posted it on his second channel, Shane 2. My guess is that he both wanted to have only his quote-unquote true fans see it, and because of the results of his so-called experiment. This channel also hosts his podcast on conspiracy theories, which would mean more fans of conspiracy theories would be watching this content. I guess spoiler warning for this point forward, but I'm guessing that you've either already seen this video, or if you have not, you have no plans on giving him any views, but here's your warning to make you feel better. You're still here? Great. Now Shane, his family, and friends hang out in an Olive Garden parking lot for hours on end just to decide that they do not recycle their breadsticks. Congratulations, Olive Garden, for doing the bare minimum of food safety. In order to conduct this experiment, they first send 6 groups of people to have a sit-down meal and mark up all their breadsticks with a brown Sharpie while checking to see if they have any marks from previous people. They don't send everyone in at once, though, to evade suspicion, ooh, spooky, but instead send each group with like 10 to 20 minutes between each other, it seems like, and then they can check to see if the breadsticks are going back to the kitchen. Though I don't believe that Olive Garden would ever do any of this, if Shane Dawson really wanted to check if they were using their breadsticks, they chose the worst time ever to do this. I have not been to every Olive Garden on earth, but most nights, especially during the weekend, you have to wait at least 30 minutes to get a table. This Olive Garden, however, is the deadest Olive Garden I have ever seen. After this was not successful, they decided to order some breadsticks for pickup just to double check. And when I say some, they ordered, around 100 breadsticks. Originally, they made a mistake and ordered breadsticks that were not baked yet. Then they ordered the cooked breadsticks and checked them all and saw that they were not reusing them, and then decided that they were not reusing breadsticks at Olive Garden. Yay! I really hope that they either shared all the breadsticks between each other or gave them out to people, and that no food was wasted that they ordered for pickup at least. But the amount of food they wasted in this entire experiment is very unnecessary. Each group that went in had about 2 to 3 breadsticks given to them, and though these breadsticks are literally just bread and butter and a little bit of garlic, the amount of food they wasted just gives me a bad taste in my mouth, especially with the large in-house population in Los Angeles, where this video just so happened to be filmed. That would have been really appreciated to even have just one of those breadsticks. Though I'm a big advocate of people just not wasting food, I do understand the limits of food distribution and how me not eating the last few bites of a meal would not be wasting food that people on other continents could eat, such as how people will sometimes tell kids that outdated statement of how they need to clean their plate because there are starving kids in Africa. But instead, they could just say how they're starving people down the street. But regardless of this rant, I wish they would have at least shown them doing something to offset the food waste they do in this video. It would have been easy PR, and that would have done, and honestly, if they would have, I probably would not have made this video. Regardless of their food waste, they clearly did not learn their lesson about going after companies and lying about their practices. Back before the 2020 pandemic hit the world, Shane Dawson accused Chuck E. Cheese of recycling their pizza, and the internet blew it up. And there were even some legal things involved. I don't remember exactly what happened. Then a few years later, he accused a quote-unquote unnamed company, which is obvious throughout the video who it is, though they just don't say the name. He accused them of them not checking to see if their returns were still sealed and were putting used makeup back on the shelves. These are serious claims to make against some of the biggest names in their respective industries, and he says many times out the video to not sue them as they are just theories, which probably protects him from defamation, but also he could say he's just a consumer and does not know what happens within the store and remind people to do their own research. It would just help a little bit. Now, the biggest elephant in the room, why would they recycle their breadsticks in the first place if they did it? The main idea is that there are so many people and they get so busy they can't just keep up with the orders on breadsticks, so they reuse them. Now, I don't know about you, but if I owned a restaurant that made bread, specifically only one kind of bread, unlike a normal bakery, I would have a dedicated bread oven or two, depending on how big the place is, that would have constant bread just being pumped out. And this could easily make people more hungry because you have the constant smell of fresh bread. This plus they usually give 1 to 2 breadsticks per person, making it perfectly reasonable for them to produce enough even at the busiest time to keep up with, especially since one person can only eat so many of these endless breadsticks since they have 120 calories, and with their meals averaging 900 calories, you're going to have basically enough calories to only have one meal, which is not healthy for you. But regardless, you're not going to be eating a lot of these, and normally these are not going to waste, especially since they serve only so many at once. Other than the obvious health code violations that recycling these breadsticks would cause, it would just not be reasonable enough to imagine that they would recycle them. If hypothetically they did recycle the breadsticks, it would definitely not be company policy for sure, and the employee that would have done this would have been fired immediately. Let's be realistic, cooking bread is cheap, and having the breadsticks is an easy marketing gimmick to get more people in the doors and making sure they do not go away hungry. Now, wait, this video came out months ago. Why are we talking about it now? Easy answer, he keeps on doing it. He has posted 3 videos in the past year, quote-unquote, attempting to expose different food places. The main issue, though, he'll record his experiences in the restaurant, getting all the food and everything, and then he'll say the people are so nice and the food's alright or whatever. But it makes no sense. He knows what he's doing, and he could potentially get tons of blue-collar workers fired who are just trying to make a living for a YouTube stunt. I don't know if he's faking some of these videos or not, but you better hope not, or else he's gonna get sued into oblivion eventually. The main video I am thinking of when I say this is Mind-Blowing Conspiracy Theories with Jeffree Star. I'm not going to discuss the entire video, not my place, but I mainly want to cover when they went to a quote-unquote unnamed store, which everyone knows which store it is that he's talking about, and tested to see if Shane and the crew destroyed some makeup palettes, if they would put them back on the store shelves. I have little to no idea if they actually did this, but they claim the store accepted the returned items and put them back on the shelves. But luckily, they claim they bought the product afterwards, but there are two sides to this coin. One, they could have faked this part and just went up to the shelf, put them down, and took a video of it on the shelf. Or two, the store actually did what they're alleging. I hope for everyone that shops at that store, they did not do this. But either way, they could have started a giant wave of people trying to replicate this experiment, which would have, regardless of if it was true or not, would have led to tons of wasted products that someone could have used or would have enjoyed for a cheaper price, or even people getting sick or worse. Heck, sometimes I like to go through shops similar to this one and look for different wall art, furniture, or clothing to get an occasional good deal, but the bad actors like this ruin it for everyone. Now, is this a cancel Shane video? No. There are tons of more reasons why he has been quote-unquote canceled over the years, and that is not the purpose of this video. This video is meant to highlight the harms that influencers can have, especially with a large audience like he has had in the past. These influencers, though they can do what they want, need to learn how to balance morality and social media fame, especially it can be hard for young people to do, but since Shane should know better at this point, especially since he's been around for so long. And that is kind of where I'm gonna leave it. I highly recommend you do your own research when it comes to Shane Dawson and any other social media star or general thing you see on the news. Since you're doing your own research will make you smarter in the long run for when other scenarios happen, because you are truly the only person who does not have a bias against your own knowledge. Well, I hope you guys did enjoy this brush over all of this. Let me know if you want me to investigate anything else. Earth is weird, guys. I'll see you next time.